Hi, it's me again, Sony, and I wanted to share some things with you that were given to me by God. Um, first two things were given to me when I was about, I'd say, 21, and I was in Scientology, and I was looking for the truth. I'm a truth seeker, so I couldn't find it in churches. I looked so many. I counted at least 14, maybe 15 churches that I went through, and I asked them, please, can you help me? I can't read the word, I don't know how to read it. So the automatic assumption was that I was living such a terrible life and I didn't truly want to know God, because that wasn't true. I had brain damage, which I didn't know about, and of course they didn't know about. So I didn't get much help. The church is trying so hard to form itself and get together and figure out what to do and how to do it and everything. So I just went on. I kept looking. And I talked to people that looked like they had something, that I could learn from. And I was always talking to old people, so many people. And you know truth when you hear it. And sometimes you have to be careful because Satan likes to use truth, with lies mixed in. In X-Files, it was perfect when he told Mulder, Deep Throat told Mulder, he says, best way to deliver a lie is to sandwich it between two truths. First, you tell somebody something true, and their mind goes, oh, yeah, I can trust this, Then you slip in a real quick lie, and then you back it up real fast with the truth again. And they're going, yeah, it's okay. I get it, yeah. Yeah, you're right, But that's how it's done, and it's mixed in throughout, too. You have to be very, very careful here in the last days. We all have to know what we're doing. God tells us to be as wise as serpents, the enemy, and as innocent as doves. Try not to harm anyone, and ask God for forgiveness if you do. He's preparing us for heaven, for immortal bodies. And why would you give, some idiot, I hate to say that, but someone who didn't care enough to read the word or try to figure out what to do or try as hard as they could to follow Jesus? Why would he give them immortal bodies? He'd end up with a bunch of Lucifers running around that he'd have to end up killing in the end too, which really hurts the Father. That's where we get our emotions, is from our Father, Abba, Yah, God. We get our emotions from him. And he has more strong and beautiful emotions than we can ever imagine. Here on earth, we just get beat to death. You know how little children, they come in there so happy and laughing and having a great time. Nothing really bothers them until somebody comes along and just plows into them, and hurts them so badly. And little by little, this adds up and the heart becomes hard. We have to protect ourselves. But if you don't know how, you get beat up. Some people catch on quick, but you have to be careful. You don't want to be like the other side. You want to be like Jesus. So I just kept searching and searching and searching. My mom and my family, they were good Christian people, but nobody taught me the Bible or anything. My mom was devastatingly ill. I got what she had, and my sister finally got it when she was older. I've had it my whole life, and it causes such severe pain. You do anything to get out of it. I mean, it's like, I don't care how strong you are, it'll kill you. That pain is horrific. It's demonic, really. But I realized that Satan was trying to keep me down. I'm not saying Satan himself, but the dark side was trying to keep me down, trying to shut me up and make sure that I never did what I wanted to do in life. When I was 3.5, I told my mom, Mom, I've got a mission, and she turned around and looked at me like, huh? And then about a few months later, I can't remember how long, but it was about 4. And I walked into the room where my mother was and 3 other ladies, and they were trying to cheer my mom up. She was real sick, and she had a lot of problems with being lonely. My dad worked, and he was never around that much. And so she told me once, she said, I was married once before, my husband now, and she told me, honey, just live your own life, do the best you can, and, ask God for help, and things will work out. And I ran for my life twice from men that I shouldn't have been with. It's not like they're all evil and mean and nasty and creepy or something by nature. I don't know. We're all kind of evil, right? But it wasn't that. It was just that I shouldn't have been with them. They were at a different place than I was, and yeah. Anyway, so then I find my husband now, and my husband now he's pretty much on the same. He's in the same place I am. We're both, in the same walk with God, the same type of things we're going through, and we were a perfect match. We were equally yoked, and I'm so glad that the husbands I had before too I hope they found someone that they're truly happy with, and you love someone, it never goes away. It just changes. And I had a boyfriend once that I was with for 3.5 years, and I never was with someone just so I could have someone to pay for things or take me places or take care of me. I never wanted that. I could take care of myself. I just wanted someone to love me because I just had so much love in my heart. I was desperate to have someone to love and have a family, and I wanted to raise children. And see, if you don't know the word and you don't know how to protect yourself, wear the full armor of God and everything, you're a walking bullseye, front and back. And that's what my life was like until God finally said, that's enough, I've had it. And he just went boom. I kept praying to be healed. I kept telling God, please, please heal me. I want to be the best wife and the most wonderful mother. I want to be the best mom in the world. Because my mom was an excellent mother. She was sick, and everything she did, everything she cared about was, her children, her 3 children, and her husband. And she just got beat up over and over and over and over and blamed for everything. And it shows you in Genesis where Adam and Eve were supposed to be they were templates for who we are. And it shows you in the Bible where when Eve was asked what happened, Eve steps up, she goes, Father, forgive me. I was wholly seduced. That was the original word, seduced. It's in the Hebrew manuscripts. And it wasn't deceived or beguiled. Of course, she was both. But she was seduced. And when Adam was asked, he said, well, that woman that you gave me, God, she did this, not me, But it shows you that a man, when he sins, without God, that is, he will always, throw his wife under the bus. Maybe the responsibility is too great. I don't know what it is, but and we got the heart, the major part of the heart. Men can have a big heart too, but we have big hearts to have children, take care of children, and to give our love. We're supposed to be helping our husbands, not hurting them, not fighting them every day in front of the children and scaring the crap out of the children just so you can wear the pants. That's the spirit of Jezebel. Listen to Timothy Dixon. Hell of a prophet, an amazing man of God. And he has dreams. And he talks about the last dream he had. Go look it up. And February 25th or 26th, right in there. And he talked about what he saw in a dream. It wasn't a dream, but he usually dreams. But this was like he was awake, and this demon attacked him. And he says, who are you? Timothy's saying, who are you? And he said, destruction, like with a weird accent and stuff. And go listen to it. It'll blow your mind. This guy he's a man. He's stronger. When I got hit with all this illness and stuff, it kept me down for years. And I kept fighting and fighting and fighting and praying to God. And when I finally said, Father, please heal me. I just want to do your will, and I want to be a good wife and a great mom, just the best I can, and I couldn't do anything. My daughter was always having to be afraid, and she didn't have any security. My husband was so scared he ran off and just kept working, because how do you pay all the doctor's bills? How do you make sure that your child who's brilliant, she was gifted and talented, how do you make sure that she gets to get enough education so that, she can be what she's truly supposed to be, And we were worried about her. We lived in a town where there was no work. So she just kept going to school, 13 years worth of schooling. anyway, I wish I had known then what I know now about how they indoctrinate our children. They snatch them right out from under your noses and teach them the way they want them to be. Pretty soon you wonder, wait a minute, my child is amazing, kind and loving and warm and generous. And Terry and I, and my husband and I, used to keep looking at her going, where does she come from? We got this wonderful, wonderful child, And little by little, as they teach them in school, they do it very carefully, very, very calculated. I don't have the right word, but how is a child supposed to know if they're being lied to if you don't teach them at home what the truth is? And I was so sick, and my husband, he couldn't relate to her. He was never in a Christian home when he was growing up. He didn't know how to relate to her. All he got was, whacked and stuff. It's pretty bad, but we all got hurt as little children. I was attacked by demons, and the other side didn't want me to be doing what I'm supposed to be doing. Made me so sick I thought I'd never be able to serve God, but then God touched me, bam, and he healed my brain. I had brain damage that caused me to have this really weird kind of a stress-induced dyslexia. And I tried to read something, and my eyes would just jump all over the place. And I'm going, man, I had exhaustion anyway, chronic fatigue and fibromyalgia. I had it all because I was attacked so much, and I was never allowed to sleep. These things would continuous, and I was afraid. I didn't want to tell my mom or dad or anybody else because we were all working as hard as we could just to keep our noses above the water and not drown. And we lived on farms and places where my dad foremaned ranches and stuff. So I thought, I just have to be tough. And one day my mom caught me, and I was just about ready to cry. I didn't cry because my sister and brother, they didn't cry, They were tough. So she caught me, and I was in agony. I was just seriously in agony. All my nerves were, the myelin sheath was, eaten off of it. And it was all my nerves, head to toe, inside and out, were screaming because they were infected. And I'm standing there just going, freaking out as a little kid and trying not to cry. And I thought this was normal. And first time my mom got an inkling of something was going on with me, she thought it was my first, trial with pain or something. And so she said, well, honey, everyone has pain. It's just how you cope with it. So I thought, oh, God. And I keep looking at everybody else, and I'm going, wow. How are they doing it, man? I'm falling apart. I can't do this. It's horrible, So anyway, a lot of things happened in my life. I can't really explain it all right now, but God did give me words that are very important. First one I got was when I was in Scientology, like I said, around 2021, right in there. And this is how it goes. Okay, I have to read it with a magnifying glass, but it's first one. It says, in the last days, men thinking themselves wise become fools. And I was trying to get out of Scientology because I could see all the flaws. I could see what was going on. A lot of good people were being misled, misdirected and deceived, because they all wanted to do something about the world the way it is. And they were reaching out and grabbing all the young kids and adults. It was Scientology was back then, when I was very young, was a place for people who truly wanted to do something about the world. It wasn't a cult where you just, oh yes, whatever you say, I'll do that. We were all thinking people, but the ultimate agenda was, L. Ron Hubbard's. He was a Satanist. Anyway, and you can look it up in, I can't remember chapter and verse, but I have the understanding of the Bible. It's something I still don't have that much control over, but it's, let me see. Excuse me, I'm trying to figure this out. Here it says, go to number 4, 1415 churches. Anyway, it got me out of Scientology. I remember we were watching this one building. It was the place where you made, it was called the Pubs Org, where you published books and things. and everybody took turns as couples watching this building, and we were trying to push through the Freedom of Information Act. And I remember laying down trying to rest because I was always exhausted. Back then I was young, so I could fight it more, but I remember laying on my stomach in this closed, it was a little tiny room that had a couch in it and all kinds of crap in there, and the door was closed, and my ex-husband, my second one, was doing some work in the main part, and all of a sudden I was asleep, and all of a sudden I get this bam, 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 like somebody's poking me in the back really hard. And I turn around, I looked really fast, and I'm looking all over the room, and I'm going, well, there's nothing there, What the hell? So I jumped up and ran out of the room, turned on the light, of course, and I run over to this guy, and of course, he thought I was like losing my noodle or something, and I said, no, there's something in the back room, and I want out of here. So we called this number in case something happened, and I finally got to be taken home, but that scared the beans out of me. And I got that one that I told you, in the last days, men thinking themselves wise would become fools. Go to where that is. I think it's in 2 Timothy. I'm trying here, but it says a lot. And this was back in, gosh darn it, I'm 70 right now, so I was about 21. Numbers elude me also. You can figure that one out, and you'll just put that into your search engine, and the rest of it will come up. Read it and see if it doesn't perfectly describe what's going on and has been going on for quite some time now. But it shocked me. I hadn't read the Bible. I called my mom and I told her what I'd gotten, and she said, oh honey, that's in the Bible. And the way I got it was that this neon sign was going inside my mind, it was going around like this, and it kept doing it over and over and over and saying these words. Trippy, huh? I mean, he's got a sense of humor, I'll tell you. And then the second one I got was, I got this one too. It says, when they cry, peace, peace, and then sudden destruction will come upon them. Look at what's going on in Jerusalem. Read the rest of it too. You can find it. I don't have many devices that I can use that I have problems with my blood. My blood is I'm a negative, and it causes all kinds of problems with electrical equipment, Anyway, the second one was, when they cry peace, peace, and then sudden destruction shall come upon them. Amazing, huh? Then I get this, the third one I got was very interesting too. They're all incredible, but third one was, and I didn't know the Bible. I didn't know anything about what a rapture or what was going on. I was just trying to survive. And this one came up. I'm against those who teach my children to fly away to save their souls. It's in the Bible. It's in Ezekiel. I tried to find it and it won't come up anymore on YouTube. It's about all I have. And then it says, the other one was given to me together too, and this one really got me. I was still in Scientology, but this one was given to me too. Number 4, it says, though you make your nests among the stars, he said to me, I will snatch you out of the sky. But in the Bible, it says, I will take you out of the sky. But when I got it, he was really, really angry, and he said, I will snatch you out of the sky. So, yeah, just trying to see if I missed anything that was important. But if you put these in and look them up, read, how you're supposed to read the Bible, a little bit before, a little after, and read them and see if, because these are important. I didn't know that people got words from God. I didn't know what was happening. And my mom said, oh, this is in the Bible. I'll go look it up and I'll tell you. She was trying to get me home from Scientology, and I was trying to figure out, I wanted to know truth, and I wanted to get my own legs underneath me. I didn't want to say, well, Mom and everybody else are Christians, so I'll just go to church at this dead church. It was dead. Everyone I went to was either dead or they were going weird. I mean, they were getting weird, doing all kinds of strange things that I knew better. because I was raised as a Christian by the Bible, you know. So anyway, there's just so much I want to tell you guys, but that's enough for now. And God bless, and don't give up. Just keep plugging. Do the best you can. My husband and I and my family, my daughter has been through hell, and she never gives up. She's one of the most brilliant, and she's got the most kind and generous and loving spirits. A beautiful, beautiful child that I was graced with having, and I just thank God, and I thank God for the words that He gave me that I can share with you, that I've been waiting to share for so long, and I didn't know how to do it. I couldn't use devices, and my husband, thank God, that he figured out how to do it and how to upload it, but I have so much trouble with electrical equipment. It's just makes you nuts, you know. Anyway, God bless you all, and I love you all, and oh yeah, go to Timothy Dixon. Like I said before, remember to do that. And there's many fine prophets that are out there, and you have to remember that I'm prophetic too. You have to remember that some are given things that are going to come to pass, you know, almost right away, like maybe a year later or something. Some are given things that last a little bit longer, and they come to pass later. Some of these people are given things that are coming to pass 20, 30, 40 years in the future. So don't be so harsh on the prophets. What we do is a difficult thing to do, and we have to stay grounded in the Word. And we're looking into another dimension, trying to figure out what God is telling us, you know. I used to have dreams. I dreamed like a machine, and the medical people didn't know, and they gave me a drug, and I said, well, so I could sleep. I slept really high, you know, and I wake up at anything, you know, pin drops, and I'm going, what? But they gave me this drug so I could sleep deeper. But what happened was all my dreams, I can't get it back. They promised that when I stopped taking it, it would come right back. And I said, you promise? I told them I live by my dreams, you know. But all they were trying to do was get rid of the pain. I was just not making it. I was going to be dead soon. So anyway, I use alternative care because they're the only ones that seem to understand how to build your body up and help you and prevent disease. And if you're sick, they'll get you well. You know, chiropractors that know their business and give you food supplements that'll, you know, give your body what you're lacking in. And there's all kinds of ways that you can help yourself. So many things online. I'm looking at things from this channel from Germany, and they have so many different recipes for things to help people. And I mean, there's millions looking at it, you know. I'm going to try the thing because my hair is falling out. I used to have tons of hair. Now it's like all falling out and stuff. Anyway, again, God bless you. And I love you all. You're my family. God bless.